Mohini Didi speaking.
माता पिता को हमेशा इस बात का ध्यान रहता है
The parents always take care of
कि
one
बच्चों
thing,
को
that
संरक्षा मिले,
their children should get good company,
का
because
प्रभाव
the
पड़ता है।
company affects a lot on your personality and everything.
उसका रंग,
They
उसका रंग
say however your company is, you get colored. The parents think that my children should play with such a another children, based on which they get good character, they get good virtues, so they don't get affected in a wrong way. And also they want to send their children in such a school where mannered children go to study, and they know how to respect others, how to love each other. So they want to make sure that even in their student life they get good company. Even when I went to Brahma Baba, my age was 15 or 16 years. So Baba used to meet us. One day Baba said, child, the company you should be always careful about what company you keep. So I thought, in here in the centers, even in Madhuban, the company is usually good. Then, but still I kept that what Baba said, I kept it in my mind. And whenever I used to see where people are sitting, they are discussing, they are talking about something or the other, they are talking about someone, I would get up and go get away from that place. I don't want to listen to that. Or if someone comes with me in a with some problem, I would ask them, do you want to just share it or you want a solution out of it? So if you just want to discuss, just tell your things, and I'm not interested. If you need a solution and that's why you're sharing, I'm fine. If you get benefited by sharing it with me, then I can listen to it, but not otherwise just as a gossip. No. So wherever we see that when people are sitting in a company and they are talking about other souls, we call it uh, you know um,
वहाँ से हम लोगों को
we call it
त्याग करना
gossiping.
पड़ता है।
So we should be detached
हम
from such
कम
a
नहीं
thing.
हैं,
We
हम
shouldn't be.
इंटरेस्टेड नहीं हैं,
It's not like we are
परंतु
not
हर बात में
interested
हम
and all, but
इंटरेस्टेड हैं।
we
तो
are
इसलिए
interested in
हमें
things,
थोड़ा
but
सा ध्यान रखना
we
पड़ता है
should be very careful
कैसे
about
कुछ अपना
how
बोलना,
my
क्या
thinking
करना
is, how I talk, how I act.
पर
I
ऐसा
should be very
हुआ
careful
है
about it.
जीवन में
Many a times it so
जो
happens
आपको
that
अलग अलग
in your
तरह की
life
राय देते हैं,
that people give you advice
और
of
मेरा
so many
हमेशा ये रहता
different
है कि
kinds
राय
of
सबकी सुन
advices.
लो,
And I would say, listen to
लेकिन
them,
अल्लाह का
listen to
बात शेयर
everyone,
मत करना,
but you have to work accordingly to
क्योंकि मेरा
Baba
कर्मों का जो
Shrimat,
हिसाब किताब है
because my karma, my
वो बाबा के
settlement of
श्रीमत
karma, my
अनुसार चलना
accounts of
होगा ना,
karma will only get settled
नहीं तो वही
according to
वही
Baba
कर्म
Shrimat
फल
only.
बढ़ता
But
जाएगा।
otherwise, my karmas will
कई
keep
बार
increasing.
वाणी में
I
भी
will
अगर हम किसी
keep
के बारे में थोड़ा
accumulating.
ज्यादा बोल लेते हैं,
So sometimes also happens if I talk a
तो
lot
क्या
about
कह
someone
सकते हैं
else,
किसी को।
or if I
एक
say
दादाजी
something to
जानकी ने
other,
कहा कि
like
मन
some
से भी
one
किसी के बारे
time
में
Dadi
बात मत
Janki
सोचना,
told me that even
बहुत
if we
कम
think a lot in my mind about
भगवान
someone
उसको
else, that
बदला
also
देते
creates
हैं।
your account. Even if you
क्योंकि जिस
talk
समय
about
कोई
someone a
आत्मा
lot, that also creates
उस
karma.
समय उस आत्मा को
Because when I'm
थोड़ा
talking about someone,
थोड़ा
a
सा
soul,
हलचल होगी,
even that soul would get
कुछ ना
affected.
कुछ ऐसे उसका
The
प्रभाव
vibrations will reach
वाणी
that
का देना
soul if
पड़ता
I'm
था।
talking about
तो
someone
दादी
even
जान की हमेशा हम लोगों को
behind their back. So
कहेंगी
Dadi Janki would say
कि आप लोग
that
ध्यान दो,
you should be very careful about
तो
who
कभी भी
you,
किसी के बारे में
what you talk,
संकल्प
or
चलता है,
what
कभी
you
कभी
even think about.
हो
Sometimes it
सकता
happens
है
that your
कि
thoughts
जल्दी उसको
kind of get scattered,
शुभ कामना में बदल दो।
but try to change it into a good thoughts, good feelings about others,
संस्कार है किसी
because
दोस्त
there
का,
are sanskars, there are weaknesses
हमारी
of the
मम्मा ये
souls.
कहती थी कि देखो
And Mama would
किसी के
always
पास
say,
अगर
see,
कमजोरी है,
if somebody has a weakness,
रियलाइजेशन नहीं है, पर जब
even though there's no realization, but when they do realize, they try to remove it. They try to remove the weakness. So why do you pick up that weakness from the other soul? I was so touched by that thing, what Mama said. Anybody is throwing away something garbage, something not worthy, and you are picking it up, right? You are looking at their weakness, and it affects my thought process. I keep picking on it, so it affects me. So Baba says the company, Baba's company, w- what company should I keep? Like in students, you would see the students. Some students are very naughty, very they waste a lot of time. They talk a lot. They don't pay attention to the studies. And if you remain in their company, you will also get colored and you will do the same things. But there are students who are very concentrated, they study a lot, they study well, they're focused. If you sit with them, if you come in their company, your sanskars will also be of studying well. So, Dadi Janki, Didi Manmohini, they they would always do spiritual chit chat. Didi Manmohini, Dadi Janki, they would go deep into the knowledge. I said, this is a good friendship. This is good company. This is like spiritual company. Even so, if you sit in such a company, spiritual company, so I should pay attention. When I sit in such a company, it will be a give and take of spiritual knowledge, of yoga, and that the love of Dadi, like when we come to London, when we came to London, Dadi was there, Didi was there. So evening, they would get some notes from India. Shantamani Dadi uh, used to sit right in front, and she would take very good notes from Murli, from Baba's Murli. So she would send it to Dadi Janki in London, and we would listen to it. We would like it so much because one thing is listening to Murli, but like listening to Murli, you listen to classes, but then this is based on the Murli. What did I take from Murli? That like churning from the Murli, and how do I imbibe it in practical? That chit chat affects a lot in a positive way on the soul. And even if we see in 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 reality, the biggest company that I keep is of God's company, Baba's company, right? So the color of the company, they say, what happens? First of all, your nature transforms when I keep good company. I am a soul, I am a child of God. So God's virtues would be my virtues. And we all had those virtues in us, but because of body conscious, because of all these five vices, those virtues kind of got merged. So once again, so through my mind, through my intellect, when I sit and I remember Baba, so with Baba's remembrance, Baba's virtues also start emerging back in me. Like Baba always say, Baba also talks to children like sweet children. With so much love, he said, sweet children, sweet children. So that affects me. That brings the sweetness inside me, right? Some people do yoga, they connect to God, but the transformation of sanskars and transformation of your personality is something that we need to pay attention to. That I am in Baba's company. One thing is to remember Baba. Baba had so much patience. Brahma Baba. Baba was so sincere and so peaceful, and that patience. Why was that patience? Because of the company of Shiv Baba.
तो हम सभी को भी
So we
कभी
all should also, at every step,
इस बात
we
का
should
ध्यान देना है
we should pay attention to
कि
this
कहीं भी
this
ऐसी
thing
चर्चा में भाग
that
न लें
we should not be
जिसपे किसी का
involved in
वीकनेस
any
है,
such chit
किसी की
chat in
कमजोरी
which we
बन
are
सकती है।
talking about someone's weakness or someone's
क्योंकि
bad
ये भी एक सूक्ष्म हिस्सा है क्या
behind
बोलना
their
है।
back.
न हम
So
सुने,
this is like a subtle
न हम सोचे
karmic
न ही
accounts we
बोले।
are creating. So we shouldn't talk
कई बार
about
ऐसा
something
होता
like
है
that. We
कि
shouldn't even
फ्रेंड्स
think
होते
about that.
हैं,
Sometimes it so
उनकी
happens
ज़्यादा
that
मन होता
because
है
of
कि वो कोई भी
the
बात शेयर
friendship,
करें।
so we say it's okay to talk with our
दादी
friends,
जान
any
की,
such
जाने
talk.
मन किसी से भी ऐसी
Dadi
बात न करें।
Janki once said that I do not have any such friendship with
मेरी
anyone that
हमेशा
I can
मित्र से
talk
भी मैं ये
about
चाहती हूँ
something negative.
कि हम जब
My
बैठें तो
friendship
आगे
should be
क्या कर
such
रहे हैं
that whenever I
उसको
sit with
सोचें,
someone, it should be how I progress
दूसरे
forward
का
and
भला
how I
कैसे
make
करें
others
उसके बारे
progress
में देखें,
forward. So we
कैसे
should
हमारी
talk about
सोच
knowledge, we
उन्नत हो,
should talk about Baba, so that
हमारे जो
I
साथी हैं
progress
उनकी
and
भी उन्नति
my
हो।
friends, my company also
क्योंकि
should
दादियों की जो ये
move ahead,
विशेषता
keep
थी,
progressing. So Dadis had this speciality
उससे
in
बहुत
them,
कुछ सीखने को मिला।
and we learned a lot from
लेकिन
Dadis based on this
ब्रह्मा बाबा
virtue.
ने जो कहा
But what Brahma
उसको
Baba
एक वरदान के
told
रूप में
me,
लिया
I took it as his blessing to
कि
me
कहाँ रुचि
that
दिखानी है कहाँ नहीं दिखानी
what should be my interest, where should I show
है। क्योंकि
interest,
ये तो सारा
because
जीवन इसी में
otherwise
जाएगा नहीं,
the whole life will be spent on talking
बल्कि
about others and
इस आत्मा का
thinking about
स्वभाव है
others. But I should think it's
संस्कार के
okay.
कारण
It's their
या
parts because of their
उनके
sanskars. They are
जीवन संस्कार
doing
के
something.
उनको
So
मालूम नहीं होता कि वो क्या कह रहे हैं।
they even don't realize sometimes what
तो हम
others
कैसे
say.
डिटैच होके
So I
समझे
should
जो
be
मैं बोलना
detached.
चाहता हूँ
I should be detached. Even if I have to
कि हम
listen to
ऐसे
that, I
करें
should be still detached. I
इन
shouldn't be
बातों को
start
अपने
discussing, sit and
छवि
discuss
पर
those
बहुत बहुत
things.
रखो
So I should
और
pay
बड़े
very
संगम युक्त तो हमारा भाग्य
deep
है
attention to my company
कि
because
हम
confluence
सत्संग
sage,
में
it is
हैं,
my fortune that
अच्छे
I am in
सद्गुणधारी
Baba's
लोगों का
company.
संग है
I am in company
और
of
ये
so
संस्था
good
सचमुच
Maharatis,
सौभाग्य
so
है
good effort makers.
क्योंकि
So it
उनका
is
जीवन
my
संस्कार
fortune
भी वैसा ही
because
बनेगा।
then my
इसलिए हम बाबा के
nature will
बच्चे हैं,
also become such
सभी पूरी
because
तरह से
we are
अपने
Baba's
दायित्व का ध्यान
children.
दे के
So we all should pay attention to,
केवल
we all should
अपने
pay
को
attention
अपने
to
अनादि आदि
the
स्वरूप
company
में
we keep so that
जानना
we
जरूरी है।
color us ourselves in our eternal and original form. Om Shanti.